Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Michael Huggins. We have our Zoom up. It's our meetup on Zoom. We love our community so much, and we're here to share more stories about who we are and what we do. And this is our meetup on Zoom. I'm joined today by my co-host out of Chicago. What's up, Scott?
Here I am, co-hosting.
That's right, baby. And we have an amazing story of transformation using our real estate investor community. And I think you guys are really going to love this story. Now, if this is your very first time here, the idea behind this is that you get a good idea of who we are, what we do, and what it would be like to work with us. After today, there's going to be some info sessions you're going to want to get your hands on where we go in detail about what the mechanics are of what it is to work with us. But we love real estate investing and helping people get into their first deal or their next deal and really taking a hold of their financial life. So, and then at the end of this, there's going to be an invitation to come to a couple other workshops so you can really see who we are and what we do. The person who sent you here has the rest of the info, so get with them. Scott, would you like to add anything?
Yes, you're awesome.
Perfect. I worked really hard at it, and it's mostly Vanessa's fault.
Perfect. No, actually, I do want to listen. I'm going to say something about the guy you're hearing about. He can say something about me. We'll switch it up a little bit. But the guy you're listening to, Michael Huggins, I saw him start at 22 years old as a Jiffy Lube. He had 2 jobs. And on his first deal, he was able to quit one of those jobs. He did one deal. His first 9 months, was able to quit his job. And today, I'm just going to fast forward. The dude lives on 265 acres in Tennessee. So fortunate for him. And I do know that he has been the number 1 income earner and the number 2 income earner on and off in our group at the tender age of, I think you're 32 now. Are you 32?
Now 32, yeah.
This guy is awesome. So you want to hang out with people like Michael.
Yeah, we'll keep showing up, everybody. We actually now have 45 or 48 episodes, and we got 50, 52. We got them lined up. We're going. And for those of you who haven't heard of Scott, he got laid off from his dream job. He was working it for many years, rose to the heights of leadership, was making over $212,000 a year, had multiple properties. And because he got laid off, lost it all and had to reinvent himself. And he used our program to do that.
And when you say multiple, it really means 2.
Multiple.
The one I lived in and the one I used to travel to in Florida when I got sick and tired of Chicago. Anyway.
And lost him.
Lost him.
And not that he wasn't a hard worker, but we didn't have a financial base. And so now he's reinvented himself. He now has cash flowing properties all over the place and helps thousands of people over his 15-year career with us get into real estate. So we're really thankful for him. And speaking of real estate and helping people get involved, our guest today is an amazing man. He's a family man. He's a great example of how to take control of your life. He had some very humble beginnings, what he went through, how he had to pay the bills before he found us. And so we're excited to hear his story. So let me welcome to the stage, Mr. Stu Rosenberg.
One of my favorites, Stu Rosenberg, everybody.
What's up, Stu? How are
you?
How
are you guys doing?
Great, man. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. And I want to welcome, thanks for everybody being here. So to tell you my story, I'm going to tell you a little bit about where I was and where I'm now. Okay. So back in about 2008, around that time, we really went through some hard times. And that went on for a couple of years because for those people that are young, you might not be aware of it. The people that are a little older, they know that all of the United States, America was having a really hard time. The economy was really rough on everybody. So we had to figure out a way to push through, hold on, keep our house, and survive. We have a family, three beautiful daughters, pay our bills, keep food on the table. So we started looking, because we always gravitate toward real estate, and we started looking at different things, and we found our way to this incredible education. So we found this education, and in a short period of time, we actually started working on our very first deal, which actually was a short sale. And honestly, we didn't know how to buy without our own money. And the education is extremely powerful. To learn how to utilize other people's money or other sources of money is one big key thing. I never knew how to do that. So we didn't know how to talk to the banks. We didn't know how the process worked, how you go about and structure deals so that you can walk into a house, take it over and make that a deal. By the end, walk away with a nice check in your hand. And that very, very first deal, and it took us quite a number of months, but that very first deal it basically it made us about $36,000 to $38,000.
Now,
And it
where
was
were
an
you
amazing
working?
experience.
Where
But
were you working when
literally,
that happened, Stu?
that would not have happened if it wasn't for the education. And to me, one of the key things is the fact that we had support with a community, a huge community that we can lean on. And we all help each other. We all lean on each other. So, as time went on, we since then we've done multiple deals utilizing different strategies. That to me is amazing that I have the ability to lean on different strategies to take down a deal. So for instance, there's things called short sales, which is the first deal that we started doing, subject twos, um, what is it? Short sales, subject twos, buy and holds. We even became a money lender. So we took one house and we bought it for $1,500 literally. And then by the time we got through the end of the deal, we found an investor that wanted to buy the house, but they didn't want to pay all the money up. So we let them borrow that money. That was money that came out of thin air. And by the time that they finally, moved on and purchased the house completely from us, we actually made money lending them that money. So it was a great deal, and we made I think about $36,000 on that deal alone. So it's really cool that you can get into deals utilizing different strategies, but the only way you know about that is the education.
I got a
And
question.
literally, I did not know all these different strategies, and there's more to learn, but I feel confident because we have the support of the community, and we also have education that I refer to help me get through the deals. So over the years, we acquired rental properties, which is really cool, and now they pay our bills. And basically, it doesn't seem sexy getting a check every month. Actually, it does. But when COVID hit, because of our rentals, we took off for about, I don't know, 6 to 7 months because we have 40 acres of land. And we literally lived off grid. When you hear those stories about the tiny houses and people going and living off grid, well, that's what we did. We have 40 acres. We have a little travel trailer, and we helped build some cabins up there. But we basically lived off grid. We had to go get our own water. We had to get our own gas, a generator, and basically cooked our own foods. We sat by the campfire. But we lived off grid, and we didn't have to worry because we have rentals. And the rentals lessened the anxiety. We didn't have to worry about our bills being paid because we were getting money coming in, so we didn't have to stress so much. And that is because of the knowledge that we gained to be able to acquire properties. So we had the 40 acres and we lived off grid for quite a while. And then we only came back because my youngest daughter had to go back to school. And so, but I just want to once again say it's the rentals is what made it possible for us to truly check out and live for quite a number of months off grid. I love it. So I want to give you another quick story of something that we're working on right now, something that's really sexy, okay? Since we've been back about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, we just acquired a hoarder house. And let me tell you something, it's a gold mine. We had to structure things a certain way because of the situation. The person living there didn't, the husband has Alzheimer's or dementia, living in a facility, and they didn't want to mess around with their eligibility for money coming in through the state and government and stuff like that. So we had to figure out a way to do things so that this lump sum of money that they're going to get is not going to, kick them out of the eligibility stage. But we worked it out, and we were able to acquire the house. And not only did we acquire the house, but we also paid her extra money for the contents in the house, not knowing what was in there. But when we got to the house and we were able to get into that house, it was amazing. This lady over years, we're talking 15, 20 years, has purchased items from QVC and the Home Shopping Network and all around the country or the world for that matter, buying all kinds of different products, but she never opened them. So they're all brand new. So now the education is so amazing. The thing I love about the education is very rounded. It's not just about learning how to invest in real estate, utilizing different strategies, but it's also learning the business behind the business. So if you're running a business and has nothing to do with real estate, you're going to learn some incredible things. So because of that, we're able to now take all these contents, and there's a lot of it. It's very overwhelming, but it's amazing because we take all these products. I'm going to start an online store through eBay and other platforms that allow you to sell. And we feel we're going to make, I don't know, 50 to 100,000 just on the stuff in the house, which is pretty exciting. and my kids are going to be involved, and they're going to learn how to do an online store. And right now, what we're trying to do is clean out the house, transport all that stuff into tents, sort it out, and then start to slowly sell online. So I just have to say that this education, the community, the combination of the two, and tapping in really has just given us so much freedom and understanding and knowledge to actually put us in a great position and continue growing as we move through time.
Nice.
So that's my story, but it's a pretty incredible journey for us, and we're still on this journey. But it really is so amazing. I'm so thankful that we were able to find our way to this community, to this education, and be able to learn certain strategies to be able to take down deals, to give us the ability to live the life that we really, really want to live.
Way cool.
Stu, can you hear us? Stu, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Oh, okay, good. All right, now, Michael, ask him the question you had.
Okay, I got a question, Stu.
Sure.
Where were you working when you found our community?
Well, because of the economy in 2008, I wound up getting a job at Walmart. And we worked through the night because I had my own business. I have an entertainment company, me and my wife, and we would do weddings and bar and bat mitzvahs and corporate functions and all that. But the thing that happened that was taken out was when 2008 hit, everything tightened up. Companies weren't having company parties. People throwing weddings at bar and bat mitzvahs were spending, either not doing it, postponing it, or spending a lot less. And music and entertainment is discretionary. It's not as important. Yes, it's important to some degree. So we really didn't have money coming in. And that was the key. So I started looking around, answering ads, maybe sales, maybe something, but I wound up working for Walmart. And I realized real fast that was not paying the bills. That wasn't cutting it. And that's why I found my way to the real estate, because we realized if you want to do something, you want to do it right, get involved with something that's secure. Real estate is secure. You could touch it. You could smell it. You could taste it. Not that you want to taste it. And you basically, you can have rents coming in. You can take advantage of the tax advantages that come with owning real estate, especially when it comes to rentals and write-offs and all those deductions that come with that. And so once again, Walmart wasn't cutting it. And we kept looking while I was with Walmart for a very short time. And then we found our way to this education. We didn't know how we were going to pay for it because once again, we were struggling. But we figured out a way with the help of the community to actually get us involved. And then from that point on, we just haven't looked back.
So you went from having a very successful business, you were having a ton of fun, you were basically living life on your terms. Then 2008 happened, you didn't have a financial platform, so you fell, ended up at Walmart, hated it, but you didn't give up on being an entrepreneur, and that's how you got into real estate.
Yes, and just so you know, Walmart is not knocking Walmart. It's a great place to work. It's lots of people. For me, it didn't cut it because we were running out way faster. We were running out of check before we ran out of month, and we weren't paying our bills. We were just surviving, not even. So I had to do something. But once again, before that, we had an entertainment company. It came to a halt. No money was coming in. We started looking around. I started working for Walmart. And then from that point on, we started getting involved with the education. In a short period of time, we started working on our first deal. And then since then, we've been in multiple deals and we generate income and we have a lot of cash flow coming in. So
I got a question. Can you hear me? This ain't on? Okay. Hey, your first check, bro. You're coming away from this Walmart gig, right? You're running out of, you're struggling. And then you get that check on that first deal. How'd that feel?
But you're breaking up. Say that again.
Seriously, can you hear me, Michael?
I can hear you.
All right. So you're working at Walmart, you're struggling, and you get that first check on that first deal. How'd that feel? Like, what were you thinking? You're holding that check in your hand. You're at the closing.
Like, what am I doing here? It wasn't working for me. Actually, it's funny because I was working through the night and I got a ticket. And the amount of money that I had to pay in the ticket was more than 2 days worth of work. I was like, this just does not make sense.
All right.
For me.
Can you hear me?
Actually, it was like 3 days worth of work. So I was like, wow, I'm working for free. And it was an experience. I enjoyed it, but it just did not work out for us. I mean,
Stu,
for a family
Stu,
of, we're a family of 5 and in a nice house. We have to pay our mortgage. We have to pay the heat, the electric, the food to put on the table for everybody to eat. There's no way that you could survive. You need 2-3 jobs at that rate. So I knew that if I didn't make a decision and do something different, even if I had to figure out a way to make it happen financially, nothing's going to change. It's going to get worse. So we immediately sat down and we talked and we said, you know what, we got to do something. And we started gravitating to the real estate because we found our way to the education, went to a couple of meetings, and we said, you know what, this makes sense. And we got involved, we committed, and we haven't looked back.
What did
Awesome.
it feel like to get your
Awesome.
What?
Awesome. What did it feel like to get your first real estate check? Because it sounds like it was more than your yearly income at your job to get your first real estate check. What was that like?
How'd that feel?
Okay, if I heard you right, what was it like to get our first
I didn't hear you right. Hey, can you turn up your volume? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. It's just that you're breaking up. You're in and out.
I don't know how. I mean, I'm not. All right. All right. So, can you see me?
So is that the question?
No, the
What
question
did
was,
you
the
like
actual
to have
question
our first-
was, the actual question was your first check on your first real estate deal. Your
Oh,
first
it was
check.
amazing.
All
We
right. How'd that feel?
celebrated.
Take it back to like, you're looking at that check and what were you thinking about at like instantly what happened to your Walmart mentality the minute you were looking at the check?
Okay, the first deal that we started working on, and it took time because there was a thing called seasoning. And the banks at that time weren't letting people sell for full amount. So you had to hold on to the house for a little while. So we acquired the property and fixed it up, and it really was a pretty house. It wasn't like, they say you got to buy distressed houses. No, you have to, a lot of times you can buy pretty houses, distressed buyers. So it's really cool. When we got that house, we started working on it. I actually partnered with somebody that's in the community, that's an expert at doing short sales. And the funny thing was, I didn't even start studying. I just started studying the short sale track, a vocational track in the education. So I didn't really know. I just knew to go there and reference. But basically, we would call the banks every other week, every third week, just to move them along, find out where they're at, and see if we can make this happen. And by the time we made our fourth offer, we got accepted. We got an acceptance letter. And then we were able to sell the house. And once we were able to get in, do a little bit of the work that needed to be done to update it. And we had to hold on for 3 months before we sold it because of the banks wouldn't allow us to sell it before 3 months. So we sold it and we got a check, and it was like, wow, to make $36,000 to $38,000, between me and my partner, it was just the most incredible experience. We celebrated. I was just like, this was just such an amazing thing to make such an amount of money just from one deal. That's one deal. And that's knowledge that gave me the ability to do that and the experience between the community. Could you imagine if I was to do that multiple times throughout a year? Oh my gosh, 30,000 here, 50,000 there, 20,000 here. I mean, it's endless. It depends on what you want to do. If you feel comfortable doing 5, 10, 15 houses in a year or more, you can. If you feel comfortable doing 1 or 2 or 3 and you like to go slow, you could do that as well. But you can make some really good money and you don't have to stress.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it was an amazing experience.
You're an amazing guy. You're a legend. You're a legend.
Congratulations, Stu. That is awesome. Way to go.
Seriously, I'm not even making fun. That Stu is a legend in our community. So
Yeah.
if you're serious for the first time.
Yeah. Thank you for your contributions to our group. Thank you for sharing some time with us. I know you've helped a lot of other people do real estate. So, I can see you got an award back there, the Helping Hands Real Estate Award. So just thank you for being awesome. I remember when we went to Hawaii and we were doing burnouts in the parking lot with our rental Jeeps. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah, I got really scared with that. He's getting me to burn out the wheels.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
I guess I wasn't doing it right.
You were coachable.
It was a blast. We definitely hung out, did some fun things. I do want to say one more thing. There's something I'm working on right now. We have 2 properties that we have that we're going to be building ADUs. An ADU is an accessory dwelling unit. So it's a separate rental. And I love it because once I do my first one, it's going to be easier to do the next one and the next one. And basically, I'm just going to take the same property. I'm going to increase the cash flow by building another unit that I can rent, as long as you're allowed to within your township. So you have to learn about the setbacks and what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. But basically, that's what we're going to be working on in the next, once we get into the warmer season. We got 2 houses that we're going to build ADUs, and then we're going to rent that out and increase the cash flow on those particular properties. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no slowing down here.
Amazing. All right, man. You want to finish this up, Michael, and let these guys
Thank
know
you,
what to do
guys.
next?
All
Hey,
right.
and I lined up Ray for Thursday.
All right, folks. So if you haven't been able to tell by now, we do a lot of these stories because we want to make sure that you get rid of all of your excuses around real estate investing, owning your own life, taking back control, and ultimately living your dreams. You can hear it in Stu's voice. He's loving what he's doing now. But when we got started, he was struggling. So if you're struggling, it's all good. It's all in the mindset that we're going to be able to help you understand how to switch that. So get these next recordings. We have some house tours coming up this week. And on Saturday, we got a big workshop on creative acquisitions. You heard Stu talk about buying some of these houses for $1,500. Well, there's a very precise methodology you must follow in order to make that work. And so we're going to be going over that this Saturday. Now, it is by invitation only. It's not open to the public. So you're going to need that private registration link from the person who got you here today or sent you the recording that you're now watching. And show up early, pay attention, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and seriously pay attention to this class. The man who's teaching it has done over 300 transactions this way for the last 30 years and is crushing it. He's a professional teacher, so he's going to show you how he did it. We're not going to hold anything back. So the thing you do have to do is pay attention in order for it to work. So get back with the person who invited you here, get the info session, find out how the mechanics of our company work, and we're excited to work with you and then feature you on one of these future episodes. So thanks again, Stu, for being here. Congratulations. Thank you, Scott. Good to see you.
I'll see you,
And
Michael.
everybody else, have a fantastic day. We'll see you on the next one.
See you guys. Thanks.